But how would you say the Information Ministry treated you as the longest-serving Information Minister?
Fairly. There are challenges at the ministry, and I very much hope that those challenges will be resolved for the Honorable Fatima Abubakar, so that she can continue and even improve on what we did. One of the major challenges is funding for the ministry. I have gone on record as saying that for the year 2024, there is zero budget for government communications at the Information Ministry. And if that is not rectified, she would have a tough time, executing any communication programs. Government is doing a lot of work across the country, but you need to put money on the table to get airtime at multimedia to showcase what you have done. 0 Ghana cedis cannot do that. The goods and service budget for running the ministry this year is 4 million Ghana cedis. The cost alone is about 6 million Ghana cedis. That's inadequate to run the ministry. So the funding challenge, for example, is one that needs to be addressed so that the ministry can function effectively. When I was minister, I had to raise a lot of resources from outside, fall on various instruments to try and get in resources to deliver on the mandate. But I think it's something that should be resolved. I've already committed to her that I will continue to be by her side to fight with her so that the ministry is given the necessary resources to function. That's one. The other challenge is that you only assist other ministries, departments, and agencies. So if a ministry, a department, or an agency doesn't want you to assist them, there's nothing you can do as information minister. So let's say you're information minister, you are sitting in your office and you see a government project being launched on television, but nobody has briefed you about it. Nobody has shared with you why they are doing this, how many people are affected, how it's affecting people, and you are scrambling to get the information yourself. There's very little that you can do. It has improved, but it needs to improve continuously. The cooperation with the ministry needs to improve so that the ministry can deliver on its mandate there. I think the Latin maxim is nemo dat non quod habet. You can't give what you don't have. So if you don't have the information, you can't help to shape the communications around it and make it available. The third thing, which I think is a challenge, is that a lot of people don't understand that you are like a lawyer in the court of public opinion. And as a lawyer, the first rule is that your client must brief you. And then you can rise up in court and advocate on their behalf based on the brief. So if you recall, every time I spoke as information minister, I often say that the brief as I have it is that so and so and so. In fact, I recall Evan Spencer even sometimes reiterating that that's the brief that he has. I think when people don't understand that part of the work, they tend to think that maybe you are being cagey or you don't want to provide the information or you are telling an untruth or something. But if that is a brief that you have, it's the brief that you have. I'll give you an example. The Canadian girls kidnapped in the Ashanti region. Yeah. We worked with national security overnight. They gave us updates. They gave us a brief at dawn. We issued a statement. We said Ghanaian security agencies had been the ones totally involved in it and had dealt with it. Somebody sits in his radio station or in his TV station and says, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. I have information that, some people came from Canada or FBI or CIA and spreads that to create an impression that the brief that you have, which you have shared, is incorrect. So there's always an effort to undermine the work that you do. But you have to keep your focus. And when you have a brief, either invite the minister to come and share his brief, or if you are required to share that brief, caveat it clearly by making the point that the brief as I have it is that there's going to be a lockdown or there's not going to be a lockdown or so or so. It's not my saying, it's not my manufacturing. That's the brief as I have it. And I'm sure that if people get a better understanding, if we better resource the ministry, if there's more collaboration with the various ministries, departments, and agencies, Fatih and her team will do an excellent job. I have every confidence.
Well,